No regrets. Everything going very well. So we have business challenges, of course, but that is why I'm here. But I work very well with the team. I had a great team. We know we have a common vision where we want to take the company. So this is also very good. Of course, I enjoy the city. I enjoy living by the sea. I enjoy the design district and everything so far. Excitement. And let me explain that. When you come from a background of a corporate, working 20 years in a corporate world, you always have a feeling that you can't really act as an entrepreneur. And you always have this feeling that you are missing something. And actually, I have a little story on how this came about, because I didn't know the opportunities in Finland initially. So I just received one phrase, one note, one morning when I was having breakfast with my son, with the following question: are you interested in an international CEO role for a $500 million company? And, it's like this moment, like I thought that was my chance. And I told my son, look, this company is going to be mine. And then he was laughing and he was saying, okay, but you don't know exactly what it is. You don't know what they are doing. When you don't know the name, you don't know where they are. It's just this feeling that you have sometime, that you have the opportunity to jump from the corporate world to a mid-sized entrepreneurial type of company, and you just want to go for it. So first I knew about the opportunity, and then I answered yes, and then I found out that the opportunity was in Finland. And yes, again, excitement, because there was a new place for me where I thought I can discover and learn a lot of new things. Moving and changing company or changing country is never easy. There will always be difficulties. I have the benefit that I have moved 5 times. I lived in London, I lived in Austria, in Romania, in Italy, and in Budapest. I lived a year and a half in Budapest, so I'm used moving. The difficulty here was that this is the only time when I'm living and working in the country where I don't speak or understand the language. And I'm a firm believer that if you really want to get to the soul and understand the people, it's always better when you know that language, right? Of course, we all use English in the business world and in private. And by the way, in Finland, everybody has an extremely a level of English which is incredible, which I haven't met in too many countries where I lived and worked. But still, English is used, and various countries have their way to interpret the nuances and the subtleties of the English language. And this adds to the complexity when you move and you try to understand the people you are working with. That being said, I am not going to believe another stereotype and myth that I have heard here, that it's impossible to learn the Finnish language, because I started. So I am really ambitious and in trying to learn it. But to answer your question about the difficulties and the shock and how you can go over them, I talk a lot. And from the very beginning, I think it's very important that you talk to people in the beginning. I believe humor is building bridges. And I think that the most, we like laughing in the office, right? And all my team likes that. I like that. I happen to like very much the Finnish humor. So I think the first thing and the easiest way to get and understand a little bit the people you are working on and get closer to them is to understand their humor. because I really believe that's the first step. So the first joke that you say and at least two people are laughing, you're already a little bit closer to your team. Speaking about the digital world that we live today, I also believe that Finland is a couple of steps ahead of most of the countries. You can do here everything, almost everything online. Almost everything with an app. In our company, we built an app, for example, for the parking space downstairs in the building, so we can pick a place before we come to the office to make sure we get one. So I think that the level of high tech technology, the people with a high knowledge of IT is amazing in Finland, and I think this, when used properly and smartly, can be a extraordinary competitive advantage in the world today. I think there was one thing that I also wanted to add, but I don't know if you can put it somewhere in there, because you said how it compares Finland compared with the others. Yeah. And I think what struck me, and I don't know how many people would say that, is that there is this purity and community with nature and the joy of celebrating the sun and the light. That it's amazing, because in most of the countries in Europe, we kind of forget that. We forget to enjoy and celebrate simple things like light, for example. We take it for granted. And I think it is amazing here to see how close people are with the nature and how much celebrations happens here for simple things. It's a little bit come to the basics, and it's so exciting, and it feels so good to be here.